What's up, it's your boy Johnny Shreve. I be pro Mr. Tell Like It Is. Welcome back to another episode of Super Subs Explained Easy. We don't have to go over the rules. You guys understand this is purely entertainment. So whatever you guys do after this video is on you and you only. Just entertainment. So sit back, get your notepads or your iPads, whatever pads you guys got, and let's learn. Let's get to it right now, guys. We're going to talk about Testolone. You probably know it as RAD-140. Again, another Sarms. These are like one of my favorite. This is actually my favorite Sarms out there. It's my go-to. Remember, guys, RAD-140, Sarms, secretor logs, any of those things are prohibited. So you cannot use these to help yourself. If you are in any kind of drug-tested organization, federation, these are all prohibited. They're banned. So if you get caught with it, you're done. So follow the rules, follow the law that are within your organization or your league or whatever it is. Just know that. Now, I want to kind of go up in like a progression with Sarms. So we went from Austrian being a little more mild and whatnot, basically almost the same kind of properties and whatnot when it comes to, its overall purpose, when it comes to combating any kind of muscle wasting, diseases, ailments, and so forth. So Austrian to start, let me get into RAD-140. So why was RAD-140 made? It's just one of those drugs they made again to have all the good things that testosterone or say what steroids gives, but without the bad. So the cool thing about this is it's stronger than test, which is pretty crazy. The biggest difference is the anabolic ratio, anabolic androgenic ratio. So you're looking at like testosterone, it's like almost like a 1-to-1 when it comes to, androgen and anabolic. So when it comes to side effects, it's a little higher there, obviously. So with RAD-140, we're looking at like a 70-to-1 ratio, meaning very high anabolic, very low androgenic. So next to no side effects. Now I can't say no side effects, I can say just like next to, or like say in the spectrum of like a lot of side effects and not that many, we're looking at this side of the spectrum. So understanding, RAD-140 again is what its purpose is for mainly breast cancer. So like it actually does have properties to decreasing estrogen in those who are battling cancer, breast cancer, whatnot. Those who even actually, are recovering from breast cancer, again, keeps the estrogen down and helps build muscle. That's why they created it, was to give you all the good that steroids can give, but without all the bad with the side effects. Again, it also does help with your brain. So and some studies only really done on monkeys. So that's all you really have for evidence and for data collection. But on the studies in monkeys' brains, it did actually have properties to helping protect it from neurotoxins, so like plaque buildup and whatnot in your brain. That's in monkeys, studied, and actually those found results. So, we can say that it does have that ability, but we can't really say for sure because, again, you can't study these things on people, right? So that's a really good, benefit from that, again, when it comes to actually building muscle, and for fat loss being that indirect type thing where your ability to build muscle gives you that indirect ability to burn fat when it comes to more calories from having more muscle to move around. Now, it does help with your weight as well, too, but that's more so in the realm of you lost a lot of muscle from some kind of disease or ailment of some sort, and it's helping you increase your weight by being able to build muscle mass. So that's the good thing about RAD-140. The not so good thing about it is the possible side effects. So yes, this being stronger than testosterone, it does have the ability to cause suppression. So when we talk about suppression of your own testosterone, we're looking at, that side effect and feeling tired and blah, doing that old blah, I don't have any tests in my body, blah, that type of thing. And again, that's very low because, again, that anabolic androgenic ratio, we're looking at this having very low side effects. Now, when it comes to this drug, we're looking at a very dose duration dependent, meaning the more you do, the better results it will give you, so to speak. But since it's so low when it comes to that androgenic ratio, the more you can add won't really affect the possible side effects. So like if you do, say you're doing 250 milligrams of testosterone, obviously the possible side effects aren't as bad every 5 days. But if you say I'm doing 1,000 milligrams of test, then you're looking at, 100% you get side effects for sure. So dose duration dependent. So like if you did say 10 milligrams of RAD for men, you want to do between 10 to 30 milligrams for men, 5 to 10 for women. Again, this is a drug that has very low androgenic rating. So the more you do, the better results. And for me, I have done the top end dosage from that, and I've had, honestly, for me, no side effects. Now, again, that's completely genetic and case to case, because I'm one of those people that don't really get those I can't say I don't get side effects, but I can say that any side effect that I've had has been extremely minimal. And I'm talking the entire time I've done, anabolics or Sarms. So I would say the only, side effect that I've had I started 2012 was a little flare of gynecomastia, and 40 milligrams of Novadex cleared it up like that in about a week. And you can tell right now, with all the great lighting on here, I don't have any gyno at all. That's a very nice looking breast we got there. We're looking in the ear here. Anyways, RAD-140 again is one of those dose duration dependent drugs. Again, you can push it with this one and get results. Now, I'm not saying go past 30 milligrams, right? So when I say the top end dose, doesn't mean I'm like, all right, we can do 10 to 30, but I'm gonna go and do 50. That's just being stupid, right? So again, there's we go. Now, when it comes to women, we have to be a little more careful when it comes to this drug, because again, it does have that male trait in there. And again, women are women, and let's be smart about that you're putting a male hormone into a woman, there you go. But again, with this, those androgens not being as high and the side effects not being as predominant, that dosage of 5 to 10, you can still do the 10 high end of that dose and make good results. I have not heard of any side effects when it comes to that at all from anyone I've talked to that has used RAD-140, both men and women. Now, again, I'm not saying that no one has side effects. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that for what I have seen and what I've experienced myself using the actual drug, and the reports from others, clients, and so forth, nothing. Now, before we get into what we can stack it with, again, we're looking at, do you need to have an anti-estrogen while you're doing this, or do you need to do a PCT? Now, again, you don't need to do an AI throughout the cycle. No, cycle being, between 8 to 12 weeks again. Now, you can do a 6 to 8 week cycle and make just enough progress. Now, it only took when they did the studies, it only took about 28 days to see full benefits of, I think, about 5 to 6 pounds of muscle gain in the last, data collected for the studies done with monkeys. Now, that's with monkeys. But there was a good enough amount of muscle that was added within those 28 days. So doing a cycle from 6 to 8 weeks, you will get good results from that. Again, dose duration dependent, pushing that to 12 weeks, you're gonna get greater results and still avoiding the side effects. Again, I have to be very careful about saying that. I want you guys to be like, oh, you're not gonna get side effects, and all of a sudden somebody gets side effects. Johnny said you can't get side effects, so that's why I took the whole bottle today. Right, anyway, so I want to get into stacking for sure this time, because everyone's kind of thinking, which can I stack this with, So let's start with just stacking with other SARMs, or again, secretologues or glucose inhibitors. So for men, we're looking at like a gaining stack. We're looking at like MK, Ostrine, and RAD. So those are 3 combinations we could put together that are very, I would say, safe than doing like something like DECA, Test, and EQ. Now, I can tell you right now that I have done the stack that I did with RAD-140 was 30 milligrams of RAD, and I did 20 milligrams of MK every single day. I split the MK dose at 10 milligrams in the morning, 10 milligrams at night, and then I did the RAD-140 in the morning, because again, 24-hour half-life, you can take it once, doesn't matter when you take it. I put on about, I would say, 5 pounds of muscle, and that's from somebody who has been using for an extensive period of time. So it's not like I'm a newbie and I'm having newbie gains, definitely not. But the ability to, what I put on in that time was outstanding. And again, I would compare that to the stack that I've done before. And I've done a stack of DECA, Testolone, and EQ. And I've done, I would say, a gram of Sust a week, 800 EQ, and 600 DECA. I did a stack of that. And I had better results when it comes to strength and overall how I felt with doing the stack of 20 milligrams of MK, 30 milligrams of RAD-140 every single day. Just those 2 alone were awesome. Now, if you're looking at, say, like a cutting cycle and you want to keep it lean, just swap out the MK for the GW, and you can do GW, RAD-140, and Ostrine. But it'll be like, if you're comparing to steroid, I would say Test, Anavar, and Clen, just because of the fat-burning effects. So when it comes to like a cutting stack, and keeping that good amount of muscle, again, just swap out the MK, put in the GW, and then reduce the calories the way you have it, and you have a good stack there for gaining muscle, keeping that muscle, and then, you know, losing the fat. You know, most women are not trying to gain a bunch of weight, but just muscle. And if you're looking to be like a little more on the, you know, on the cautious side, you can do that, you know, 10 milligrams of Ostrine, and then you can do, you know, 10, 20 milligrams of GW if you're looking at, you know, cutting and then having that muscle available there. Now, if you're looking at putting on some muscle, again, swap out that Ostrine and just put in the RAD-140, and you can keep the GW there as well if you're looking at continuing to keep the fat coming off and still being able to sustain muscle or even build that muscle. As a woman, you gotta watch your own biofeedback. Like, you don't wanna just sit there and go like, I'm really good. Be smart about it. You know, women especially, what I like to tell most women is like, if you're going to do this and if you're gonna start, you know, find a song that you were able to sing the highest note all the time consistently. Maybe it's your favorite song as a kid. You're like, whatever it is, right? And in a month, sing that same tone again. So a lot of times I've literally had women and who were coached by other people, and you know, they just thought that they had a, you know, my voice is cracked, I thought that I had a cold. Don't just trust what people say. You know, you really got to pay attention to your body day to day, week to week when you're putting in foreign bodies into your body, right? Let's be smart about it. Just, you know, progressive overload your life. Understand that there are some side effects that can happen. Be smart about those things, and then keep an eye on it, right? If you can't sing that high pitch, all right, well, let's maybe back off. Now, again, when it comes to this, when you do come off, if you do have any of those side effects do reduce, right? Back to normal-ish. I can't say 100% back to normal, meaning like, you know, if your voice got lower, would it get back to its highest pitch it's ever been? I can't say yes or no, but I can say it will go back to being less of what it was if it ever did. Again, check yourself out. Women, feel around, right? Let's be honest. I'm going to be straightforward about that. Be smart. Feel around. Like men too. Like every once in a while, like feel your breasts. Feel your chest. You know, you're like, oh, I'm sensitive, right? Now, I'm just saying that because it's just being cautious. But again, we're talking about RAD-140. I'm just saying I have not heard yet of anybody having really that harsh of side effects. And I'm saying, like, I want to say, you know, that harsh. I mean, like, you know, a male having legitimate gynecomastia buildup, like you would if you were on a big cycle, or like a woman's, you know, voice deepening and a lot of hair growth. Again, the androgenic ratio of that is like 7 to 1. You're looking at very low possible side effects at all, if any, right? So those are the benefits that I've seen, you know, from my own experience. You know, again, what you guys decide to do is your own thing. I'm just saying, from my experience, this is what RAD-140 has done. This is how I have stacked in the past, and this is where I've seen success with using it. Again, guys, you got to be smart about it. You know, do what the recommended dose is saying. Don't do what Jimmy says. Hey, man, yo, you can do like, you know, 30 milligrams twice a day for twice the amount of gains. Yeah, remember the law of diminishing returns, guys. Don't be stupid about it. Again, when I say this is a dose duration dependent drug, meaning you can increase the dosage and get better benefits without the adverse side effects, yes, it doesn't mean go over the max amount of dosages. Okay? Figure it out. Okay? Anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. Again, guys, I'm going to be back doing more and more. We're going to talk about LGD. We're going to talk about SR. We're going to get right into all the Sarms and glucose inhibitors and secretologues, and then we'll get into anabolic cycles and everything else, guys. Keep coming back. Keep watching. Keep learning. Anyway, if you like the video, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like, and share this to your friends. I'm pretty sure they can use this information because there's a lot of nonsense out there. I want to make sure everyone gets some very basic understanding of, you know, anabolics, SARMs, the works. You know, we got to make sure we give you guys good views, not spurious reviews. Anyway, for coaching, JohnnyShreve.com. Make sure you guys add me on Instagram at _JohnnyShreve_. And for 20% off at IamUnion.com, make sure you use my code Johnny20 for 20% off. Anyway, guys, progressive overload your life. Until next time, keep dream chasing. Peace.